Welcome back to New Day right here on TV3. And now it's time for entertainment. And we're going to be we'll continue a discussion we started last week about the Ghana's Actors Guild. The efficiency or lack of efficiency. Because I, as an actor, I admitted that I didn't even know where the office was. And last week I found out it is located in the same premises as Musica. Actors Guild is supposed to bring actors and performers together, protect their rights and so forth. But how active is our Ghana's Actors Guild? Well, we're going to continue our discussion. Have with me Grandpa, who's a filmmaker, actor, producer, director, everything. We have Ernest Abakwe, who joins us again. Good morning.
Good morning.
And joining him as well, also continuing from our discussion last week, we have Ken Fiati, who's also an actor and director. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so let's get back to our topic of conversation. Ghana's Actors Guild. I read somewhere this week that I heard they're supposed to do elections for the Ghana's Actors Guild. I've just put it to both of you, and you're not aware.
Well, I'm not aware, but I'm not surprised, as I said.
Okay.
Because we tended to do things that way. We've done it, and there's a way of creating cultures in Ghana, so it becomes a way to do it. I would have thought that for a thing like this, they will let everybody know, announce it on air, and every station should be a partner.
All the actors who are already part of it should be more than aware of this.
Yes.
Okay.
But if you say so, I hope that...
I don't say so. I just read it somewhere. I'm hoping it's true.
Yeah, but it's long overdue, and I think that... I have heard that our president... Odoi is not well. I wish him well. I'm appealing to everybody who can to visit him at Kolebu. I wish him speedy recovery. But if he really is not well, and he has been around for some time, then I think that it is time for a new election.
Okay, I just want to recap. How long should a Ghana Guild's Actors Guild president, how long should they be in power for?
Constitutionally 4 years.
4 years.
Yes, and you can't go beyond a 2-term. So you can't do more than 4 years.
Like the president of Ghana.
Yes.
So you can do 8 years at a time.
Yeah. In the Actors Guild, it's 2 years.
Oh, it's 2 years, so you can't go beyond 4 years.
And you could get another 2 years.
But the Grandpa is being reviewed.
It's been reviewed?
Yes, it was reviewed when Ni Odoi Mensah was coming into office to 4 years.
So how long has he been in power now?
I think he's in his 11th year.
11th year. Yeah. So clearly, a review needs to happen.
Because what happened with the first tenure of office, the first 4 years, he had to do 6 years because of the same excuses we're having now, that the Guild doesn't have funds to organize Congress. And so the Congress was overdue by 2 years for his first time in office. So he got another mandate for another 4 years, which expired last year. And he's still in office with the same excuse that we don't have funds to run Congress.
Okay, I want to talk about Musica, because when the Musica were awarded $2 million a while back for the creative arts, the notion was it only went to the music sector, but the creative arts is way broader. But the fact that you're saying that there's no funds to hold these elections, isn't it where something like if you're giving $2 million to creative arts, if some of it should go to actors?
The thing is, was that money for Musica? It's another issue because some of us tried to follow up on that, and what we were told was that money was for the creative arts.
So the whole umbrella.
Yes, but the issue was that it looked like Musica presented a business plan for that money, so they had something that they presented to assess that money. So eventually, they became more like the body responsible for that money. So anyone could have accessed that from the creative arts, provided you had a business plan that you had to justify. Now, the funny thing is that instead of justifying to the sector that is responsible for it, you rather would have to go to Musica to justify.
Oh, wow.
And so that was what brought about issues. But my question is that I have been General Secretary of Actors Guild before. I didn't finish my tenure in office for certain technical reasons. Now, the question is, do we really lack funds as Actors Guild, and why? Because there are funds that come to the Guild. We have blank tape levy, a percentage goes to us. We have royalties that is paid to the Guild. The question is, do the guild get those monies? And where do those monies go to?
Okay.
I would chip in something on this 2 million thing. It happened that the Musica had then presented, even before government made the 2 million available, they had presented a business plan to the ministry, to the council, etc., and they were chasing it. Before the government in the budget allocated 2 million to the creative arts. And according to the Musica people, when they got there chasing what they had already put in the pipeline, they said, oh yeah, there's 2 million available. So they took it, and I don't think any Ghanaian,
would turn it down. So then the Musica is working way more better than the Ghana Actors Guild.
They are very effective, they are, very active, and they are together far more than the Actors Guild.
Okay,
and Amma, it's worth noting that the campaign time, the president met actors in Kumasi, and then he made it very clear that yes, he knows that 2 million CDs was supposed to have gone to the creative arts, but it went to Musica. Now what he wants is that we need to be seen as groups that are working together. Then it makes it easy.
That's when it comes to the Actors Guild. When Yvonne Nelson was banned from doing movies, and that was quite a big story. And I think she came out later on to say that the Actors Guild didn't do anything for her, but yet they said that, well, no, it's because of us that you got reinstated. So one of them, somebody was being untruthful. What happened? I mean, it must be horrible to be singled out and say, well, for whatever reason you've been banned, because that's your livelihood.
I think Grandpa has been touching on it, our welfare. Who is there to see to our welfare? Who is currently, there's an executive position as welfare officer of the Guild. Who is the welfare officer? He passed away 3-4 years ago. And nobody has taken that position. You understand? Now the issue is what exactly?
Is it they haven't taken the position, or they haven't re-elected, or
no elections, and
since I left office, nothing has been done.
So let's boycott. Go back.
The issue is we would look at that side of it, but when you think about Yvonne's issue, I followed it because I was involved. I followed it. Yvonne was then not a registered member. Naked people out there that people can just manipulate. So if Yvonne said that she didn't get the support that she required, it is a yes and a no, because I know that Odwe Mensah held meetings with FIPAC to try and address that situation.
Okay.
But then as to whether she could feel that she belonged to a group or she could belong to a group, it's another issue. Our welfare issues are just...
Okay, what is the way forward, Grandpa? we need divine wisdom from someone who's been there, lived it, seen it all. What is the way forward for
there is there's a light, at the end of the tunnel. We have to just take the path. One, the government has now created a ministry for the creative arts. So there's somebody who is going to be responsible. Before then, it was information, education. Nobody really knew. And we have had a series of meetings with the minister. If it's a female,
yes,
is she still a minister or a ministress?
Oh no, it's still a minister. It's like people always say, "Oh, we Amma, you say you're an actor, but you're female." I'm like, doctor, actor. It works both ways.
Okay.
She's still a minister.
She's a wonderful woman, really, and her deputy is an old member.
Yeah, she's an actor as well.
And everything. We have held meetings with them. A bill is going to be, promulgated.
Nice.
And it will require the Actors Guild, the Producers Guild, all the others. I know they come under a bigger this thing. They have already GAFTA.
Yes.
It has 12 or so, professional bodies under it. Then it will become more or less legal that to perform, you must belong to a guild. And as you know, foreigners and this, and when they come, the first thing they ask for is membership.
Yes.
Because they are very, they don't want to get into
Well, their
problems.
movies cannot be released abroad if they
That-
haven't followed the right
Usually,
procedures.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So when these are there, we hope it will, set us on the right track. And I think you will allow me to use your platform
Oh, please.
to appeal to all the actors out there to begin to look for where the guild office is.
It's located at Musica.
Knowing
Musica, please, where is Musica?
Just before Independence Square,
Wow.
when you're coming from the High Street
Right.
side, it's
Thank
the
you.
last junction before.
It's easy
Right,
to
yeah.
find.
I know a lot of them have got the goodwill, the old actors and so forth. And they are the people who are needed at this time.
Yes.
When they are there together, the young ones will automatically fall in line. When they come and we get together and we know now that, look, I belong to this union, and therefore, even if I go and shoot and I'm not paid, I will not have to go chasing the producer. The union will do it for me, right? And the union will make sure that the right conditions prevail for me on set, right? I think that very soon it will be done, and I'm appealing again to them that please come together. Let's come together.
Okay.
We talk about the film industry, we talk about the theater, we really don't have it. It's a name. To make it into an industry, it should be so vibrant that a lot of people are employed in it. Dressmakers, painters, carpenters, drivers, caterers, before even the actors
Oh, yeah.
themselves.
I think you need him in the studio, like something like the art of filmmaking.
I know, but that's
so
the thing. It's
we
like,
can
but
really.
I think it's so important, but there's something, I'm almost out of time on this, and I have to ask this question. The so-called invisible line between the so-called Kumawood and the English-speaking, the fact that there's a division. Are the Kumawood actors even, do they feel like they're part of the Actors Guild because it's an Accra thing?
Interestingly, the guild in Kumasi is more alive than the guild in Accra.
But they're not, so then is it two separate guilds?
Not two
No.
separate. They call it a guild and they work as such. They have different production houses who see themselves as separate units. Of course, that's what it's supposed to be. But they have an executive body that work.
Because most of the films right now, which are actually successful, are only coming out of Kumasi, let's be honest.
Yes.
I ask myself, Daddy, in Nigeria, we have the Asaba market.
Yes, yes.
They produce a lot of movies.
That's right.
What did that do to movie in Nigeria? It helped.
It boosted. Kumawood actually sustains the so-called movie industry.
Truth of it is that whether we like it or not, Kumasi produces movies. What can we do to make their productions better? And then graft it into our mainstream filmmaking? That's most important.
I'll give the last word to you.
Well, thank you. I've just produced a film called The Headmaster, and it was shot in Akan. It's only about 15% English, and this features all the big actors in English, in Chi. I mean, nobody speaks English better than Kofi Bakuna.
Oh, true.
But he's there, speaking Chi and doing it. And I have Katawiri, I have Koshe.
Oh, wow.
We are all together. I call it a revival, I call it bridging the gap. The next film that I'm going to do, I'm not advertising myself, but I'm using Kumasi, Accra,
Mix.
Volta region.
Oh, wow.
And this. We say we shouldn't create these things. We should talk about quality. Not Kumasi and Accra. Yes, we know that at a certain time when Kumasi was producing, 100 films a day, quality, technical quality went down. Now there are people from NAFTI who are producing Kumasi, and they are doing it well. And I honestly don't see the difference between you living in Kumasi and shooting there. New York makes as many films as Hollywood. Now Canada is shooting so much.
More than anybody else.
Yeah, and they don't go about saying Canadian films and this and that. Look for
It's
the quality.
all Hollywood
Let us
regardless.
not go arguing about the label on the beer bottle.
Thank you.
Let us ask ourselves, it's a good beer.
Okay, unfortunately, we're out of time on this, and I've been told out of time on the program, right, as well. So let me just say thank you first and foremost to Grandpa and Miss
you.
Abakwe, who's a filmmaker, actor, director, producer extraordinaire, and also to actor and Ken Fiati, who's actor and director as well. So yeah, I just want to say thank you very much.
Thank you.